Okay, on this video I'm going to talk about how to do spawning and how to this is all about achievements. So if you basically avoid getting hit by these monsters here, after so many seconds, you're going to be able to get a reward for it. So it depends. You have to go through it, and it depends on the seconds. So you can change it however you want it. I have mine I'm trying to set mine up to 30 seconds, and then if you haven't got hit by a monster, which I don't have it set up to get hit by a monster yet because I want to show you the achievements, then I'll get an achievement, and then after like 60 seconds, if I haven't got hit by a monster, I'll get another achievement. So watch what happens here. You should be able to get one in a minute. See, you can 30 seconds, but it hasn't been 30 yet. And see, I got myself an achievement. I got a award for it. And so you have to avoid these guys, and then after so many seconds, I'll get another achievement, or even avoid the lava. I think I have it set up too long. Let me change that. Okay, I had it in this right here too. So the first one, so under the object right in the crate, once alarm 0 comes in at 750, which I'm trying to get it set up for 30 seconds, so you have to calculate this. So I'm thinking maybe at 760, then it will hit 30 seconds, and then it should work. So after 760 milliseconds, alarm 0 is going to kick in, and it's going to create an instance of oBox, which is this image right here. See, you have lasted 30 seconds, good job, and it's going to kind of blink. It blinks, but I have a variable in there, image speed, which will slow it down, variable in the control tab, and then it's going to do a coin sound, and then after 100 milliseconds, it's going to switch. It's going to switch image 1 not to image 1 show. So image 1 not is this image right here, which is not on. It's on screen, but it's not going to be shown. It's my achievement, and I did a draw event, and I did a coded sheet, and this coded sheet is basically stating that when I move, the camera moves with my character, and it'll also move this image as well. So this is what that sprint image does. So sprint 11, which matches sprint 11 here. X view is 400, Y view 400, so that's the position where you want it out on the screen. And when you move, the camera view moves with the character as well as this image right here. Once it's shown, of course, but even when it's not shown, it's going to move with the camera view. Depth 50, and then so it's going to switch image 1 not shown to image 1 shown. And you could use a create instance if you wanted to, but this has a little more control over where you want the image at without doing all the calculation like you would have to do here. You have to put in the X and Y calculations, which you could get that information, I guess, from just putting your mouse down, and getting the calculations right here, I guess. So I guess it's not that difficult. And then have your viewfinder in so you can see where your image is going to be at on the screen using the views. Make sure it's checked. So that's what's going to be in the view, so make sure you put it in the right position. 480 by 400, and this one's at 560 by 400. So you can use the create instance if you wanted to. If you don't want to use another image which will take up space, it's a little faster to plug it in and say not visible than using the create instance, I guess, in my opinion. So So it's going to create the object oBox, and it's going to blink, of course, and then after 100 milliseconds it's going to be destroyed. It's also going to change the item 1 not to item 1 show, which is this image right here. It's going to show that on screen, and it has a draw event, the same draw event as the one that's not. So it's going to move along with the camera view. And then, well, this is talking about destroy this oBox after so many seconds, which is 100 milliseconds. And then this is also drawn on screen here at this position. S box is the sprint image right here. At X view is at 50, and then Y view is 50, so it's going to put it in the top left hand corner pretty much. And when you move, the camera moves, the camera view moves the character and the image, you know. So that's why you need that draw sprint in there. And the same thing applies for the next achievement that I gain. And then you just change the numbers for the X and Y coordinates to move it over to the right, so it's not going to be overlapping one another. Sprint image 12 right there. Depth 50. So I can change these numbers real quick just to show you what happens, but let me change this to 100. Now 1450 milliseconds, I'm calculating that could be 60 seconds. So like I said, you're going to have to like mess with those numbers in order to get it just right. And I'm just going to make this 50 just to show you what's going to transpire. So you got to avoid these people. Gain gain. But I didn't change that to the right image time. Hundreds. Yeah, you're just gonna have to mess with these numbers here. See, alarm 1's gonna kick in. See, I got alarm 1 kicked in, and it's gonna show the next image, which is this right here. Great job at 60 seconds. So I had this at 760, I believe, and alarm 0's can kick in. This one was at 1450, I believe. So the first achievement is going to be at 30 seconds. Alarm 0's going to kick in, and then it's going to produce that oBox, which is this box right here, right, for 30 seconds. Then at 60 seconds, alarm 1's going to kick in, and it's going to show oBox 2. oBox 2 is this image right here. And it's going to say great job at 60 seconds, and it's going to do the same animation and variable speed at 0.2, so it slows down the animation. Then it's going to like switch item 2 not to item 2 show. So like I said, item 2 not's on screen, but it's not going to be visible. See, it's not visible. And then you have your draw event, of course, and X and Y coordinates, 560 by 400. And then when an item does show, it's going to switch it to the item it's going to show on screen, of course, at the same position, 560 by 400. So it's just going to switch the item not to item show. And like I said, you can use the create instance instead. If you don't want to use another image, like image not, you could use create instance and plug in those X and Y coordinates using just say item to show, just say that up there and plug in the X and Y coordinates and say, I don't think you need the relatives checked. I don't think so. And then after 100 milliseconds, the box 2 is going to be destroyed, and then you have your draw event where it's going to draw it on screen and then move along with the camera view at 50 and 50 Y and X positions. And you would just repeat the process. If you wanted to add another achievement, you would plug in a number. You would say you would bring in another alarm here and just say a different speed, you know, and then change your alarm to alarm 2, because you already have 0 and 1, you need 2. And then you go over here and you go to add alarm 2, and it's going to jump to 2 after 17 milliseconds. Then you just copy this, paste it in alarm 2, and then you add in your next O box, which would be O box 3, and you put your next achievement in after so many, like maybe 1 second or 1 minute. Then it would say great, fantastic job at 1 minute, and then it would be destroyed. So you just repeat the process, and that's pretty much it. That's how you do the achievements here. And then, like I said, I didn't have mine set up with the collision with the bad guy, but you could potentially put in your collision with the bad guy, the enemy, and you would restart maybe, or you could end game. So once you hit the bad guy, you would be dead. See, and it restarts. Everything restarts. Time restarts and everything. I didn't talk about the time. Let me go into time real quick. Your time is already in here, and there's a question mark. Right click, and then this is your time shown on screen. Seconds at 0, minutes at 0, hours are 0. The room speed is alarms zeros can kick in at room speed. So everything is set to 0 when you first start. Then it's going to basically add 1 second, add 1 minute, add 1 hour, and I don't think this applies.